Hi guys, welcome to another edition of The Recap. The Recap is my take of an online podcast where I seek to help students of English with CXC English A and B. Today we are looking at short story writing. This is the first of a two-part series where I'm going to help with CXC English story writing. With this edition, I am going to start by giving you a sample of what a short story should sound like. So get ready to hear a short story. If I didn't say it already, I'm Jamain Hatton, and today is the 31st day of March in the year 2019. Let's go into that sample short story. So you are in the CXC exam, and the question reads, once I entered the galvanized door, I saw a pair of legs higher than my head. And you're told to write a short story which includes these words. I know you already have wonderful ideas in your head, right? So by no means is this stimulus material that you are going to be given in the exam restricting you. You do not have to write an entire story about this line. Everything you talk about in the story is not going to be about how this leg was higher than your head. Every paragraph, every sentence. No, I've seen that many times. Students write that way. But this is just something you put in your story in passing. You just talk about it casually and you move on with your life. It is not surrounding the entire story. Anyway, let's go into that sample. Good, so you are going to start by naming your story. Give your story a name, or you can put a blank there and put the name in when you're done with the story. I am naming mine Grasping Death by Jamain Hatton. It's a good looking Jamain Hatton. Let's go into that story. I'll read it for you. As I stood there, my soul cried out. She hung there like a black apostrophe to pain. Emotions didn't fail to elude my already sundered eyes. At that very moment, it seemed that all I knew was pain. Black, biting pain. She was gone, my only hope. Now I was all alone and I had to face the unimaginably painful reality. It all started that day when we left the little shack we had called home for 16 years. My sister, my motivation, my strength, was the only friendly face I can recall. Where we came from, I couldn't remember. What I can remember, though, was the bitterness I felt when I looked at all the little boys. They had it all. A mother, father, money, shoes, and looks. All this did was break my already crushed heart. What am I living for? I often asked, sometimes aloud. In Sunday school, I remember them talking about this God. They claim he is the most supreme, the most peaceful, the most powerful. What they failed to say was how this God watched me hurt. How this God let my sister be the victim of unspeakable horrors. God? My father, the only parent I knew, stood there and watched as he raped her. Of course, he didn't mind. He was being paid on my sister's pain. Little scrawny me stretched my hand out to remind her that there's a God. As I touched her, she shivered. She was cold. Tears danced down her long, thin face with every painful moan. I was helpless. There was nothing I could have done. At every grasp for air, my father laughed at her, his own flesh and blood. God, I screamed. Help her, please. But the 6 years I had earned on this wretched earth didn't give me the bravery to utter those words out loud. I am heartbroken before I know love. I am sad before I know happiness. I am robbed before I had anything, her eyes told. He left her there sprawled like a slaughtered animal as he threw paper at my father as payment. And with an arched back, he exited our shack, our home. Mary, Mary, I'm so sorry, I muttered. She smiled, the most peaceful, untouched, heavenly smile there ever could be. Maybe she's God, I thought. How can she smile after such a... It'll be okay, she interrupted my thought. God will hear our prayers one day, she continued. Oh well, at least I knew she wasn't God. But it was difficult for me to understand then what that smile really meant. Johnny, please go outside and bring my dress, she bidded pitifully. As I got up, I looked to the sun, where it was shining so brightly outside, but it seemed as though the sun's rays never seemed to enter our home through the 4 holes in the wall we call windows. Sun rays stood still. They weren't rays of hope, merely citizens governed by the laws of physics. I walked to the line where my sister's cloth, she called dress, hung. Just then, I saw that beast, that thing that called himself a man, drunk, coming up the road, drunk on the money paid for the pain of my innocent sister. I saw the fierce anger in his dark, evil eyes as he came closer. I grabbed the dress and ran to my sister. Once I entered the galvanized door, I saw a pair of legs higher than my head. She hung there, in the air, with foam oozing from her mouth. Mary, Mary, I cried, as I saw the smile on her face again, quite briefly this time. I kneed to the ground and looked at what I guessed was my sister's last words, carved to the floor. Run, Johnny, run. I knew that was my name. She taught me that. But what I didn't know was what those other 2 words were. But I felt the urge to get up and walk. Where the energy-deprived strength came from, I didn't know. I walked as quickly as I could have, and at the middle of the paved road, all I could remember was... Go now to the part 2 of this video and you will have an explanation or a lesson on how to develop your short story for the CXC English exams. Until you hear from me again, this is Jamain Hatton saying goodbye.